We begin in the NUIC with a prime matchup between Forreston and Dakota. They met in Dakota in our Palmerian Sun Contracting Game of the Week. Forreston came out running between the tackles. That is Ethan Mulder darting up the middle in high gear and into the end zone on a 22-yard TD. How about this? Forreston follows that up with an onside kick, and it worked. The Cardinals had the ball near midfield. Moments later, Dom Christensen and the Cards cash in. Christensen bangs in from 5 yards out. It was 14-0. Coach Zick is a happy guy. On defense, let's ISO in on middle linebacker Garrett Bottcher, number 32. He plugs up the middle so well. On the next play, he's going to dart into the backfield and take down Trey Engelbrecht for a loss. Early in the second quarter, QB Hunter Rogers keeps it. He's got some room, and he's got Bottcher in front of him laying out a block. But Rogers is stopped short of the goal line. No problem, Bottcher takes over from there. He's in. Forreston jumped out front 20-0. Forreston doubles up Dakota 40-20. Joining us now on the Sports Connection Hotline is Forreston head coach Kyle Zick. Kyle, we talked earlier in the week about how your team had gotten off to slow starts the first 2 weeks, and it was important to start strong in this game, and your guys sure seemed to take that to heart.
Yeah, that was our main challenge to them all week was the fact that we've had all these slow starts. And we played well in the second half and cleaned things up, but we got to find ways to get going right away. And so we did do better at that today. We took a step forward in that direction, but in that respect. But we still have, and we talked to the kids afterwards. There were still a lot of mistakes that were made and things that we're going to clean up. But it was definitely a good game for us. It was a good step in the right direction. But we got to go back to work tomorrow because there's no breaks in the schedule. We got EPC coming up.
You attempted an onside kick after your opening score, and it worked. You obviously spotted something on film that made you take that gamble so early in the game.
Yeah, well, we've had that in for a while. You always have different options that you kind of do on kickoff. There was an opening there that we saw after our first kick, and so we just took the opportunity on the second one.
Dakota's defense was so impressive the first 2 weeks. You guys came out and attacked them between the tackles and had a lot of success.
You have a game plan going in, and throughout a game, sometimes that changes. We started having success in that C gap, first one we hit, and then we kind of started realizing that it was going to be there for a little bit longer, and tried to mix it up, keeping them honest, making sure we're going inside, outside, C gap. Coach Bergen did a very good job of calling the plays and mixing it up.
I know there are a lot of good defensive players in the NUIC, but if there were a draft, the first guy I'd take would be your middle linebacker, Garrett Bottcher. How much of a luxury is it to have him in the middle of your defense?
Yeah, he's been there for a long time. He's a guy that's been up on varsity with us for a long time, and he's a good leader. And he did have a good game. We told him at halftime we were going to continue to give him the ball, and he can't get tired, and I think he did a pretty good job with it.
I know the loss to Lena Winslow stung last week, but your guys responded so well in this game, and they did it even with some adversity because you had a couple guys out injured. And even coming into this season, you guys had to adjust to not having those great senior leaders from last year. I just kind of have the feeling, Coach, that your team's one of those teams that's going to keep getting better and better and building momentum as the season goes along. Do you have that same feeling about your team?
Well, we don't have a choice. We're going to have to continue to get better. And watch film, learn, get better. Every team in the conference, NUIC is a great conference. Everyone in the conference is going to be doing the same thing. So we got to make sure each week that we're taking steps in the right direction.
Our thanks to Coach Kyle Zick for joining us on the Sports Connection. There's more NUIC action to come later between Milledgeville and Stockton.